Malik Ewan got the block from behind. Arkansas has a very thin rotation as Acuff. He is a scoring machine. Malik Thomas. Great combo in that backcourt with Acuff and Thomas. And Acuff springs free. He's got a smooth 80-18-35 victories. Third straight year of the Sweet 16. Got dropped by Clemson and Duke the last 2 years. His Acuff little floater is good.
Nice take on dominoes. They'll tell you, I mean, Nick, you not done you. Okay? Nickels add up. Okay? And that time, Acuff able to get to his
pointer, and Arizona's lead is 19. Acuff, terrific take to the basket. A long-term extension last year. Because he is one of the great coaches in the game and all the top coaches long time. It seems to be a perfect fit. Up ahead, Acuff. And Arkansas gets two quick ones. Getting a game winner from Trey Kaufman-Red on a putback to beat the Texas Longhorns. In our first game is Acuff and one.
Wants to keep up with this offensive juggernaut, the Razorbacks.
Here's Darius Acuff, the sensational freshman. On the drive with the left hand off the window. He makes stuff like block shot underneath as Aquino had one rejected. Acuff to the rack. Got it. Acuff back in the lineup for the Hogs. He's going to go deep and got it.
Softens, protecting that rim and making it a little more difficult for Arkansas.
Acuff. Here he is defensively on Darius Acuff, way out near midcourt. Acuff on a blow-by. That was a 4-second three-pointer. Acuff again drives and around jumper from the free throw line off the mark. Now he'll take a three, and yes! Darius Acuff slows the pace temporarily and now puts the burners on again and one. The loose ball, and Darius Acuff will reset it against Fletcher, who's going to go all the way in and score it off the. They do.
Trust him to make the play. A matchup he likes.
Drives against Johnston. The finger roll goes. And Darius Acuff using a little bit of time. Looks over to Coach Calipari. Now going to work with a three ball that goes. And didn't get it. Kept alive by Ewan. And then back. Thomas thought about one on top of the key. Acuff works baseline. His jumper goes. And that's Brazil. To Acuff on the drive.
Really helped stabilize this Hawaii team. At least keep them within striking distance. Still down 13. But boy, was Arkansas off to a hot start.
Acuff, little finger roll. Early in the game when they dug themselves a big hole, and now trailing by 16 here. Acuff on the drive. Up and in, off the window. Wagner's still in there with Malik Thomas out with the injury that we don't know the severity of yet, but now they're inside and against all those long arms of the Arkansas defense. Doesn't score, but Acuff does on the other end. Had that smile, and he was something else.
Incredible competitor, too. Darius Acuff has that in him. You can tell every single possession. He does not take a possession off.
And the three-pointer goes, and he's just the coach appreciating his seniors and guys that are going to run out of eligibility as they head to the bench. Nice backdoor cut by Acuff, reverse layup. That looked too easy.
Duke Miles taking over the point with Tyler Tanner out of the game. Boy, how do you stop that downhill? And that puts Nick Pringle in a bad spot. He couldn't stay in front of him. Tyler Tanner just blew right past him. And now he's trying to deal with Acuff at the other end. Acuff gets around him, floats it up and in. For Miles, and Vandy fans are on their feet.
He makes amazing steals. He's got 3 of them already.
Oh! Acuff team now for Nickel. Last possession of the half to the Hogs. He's open.
Arkansas has won one SEC tournament championship. Came into the league in 1991. Their only championship 2000. Vandy is a charter member of the SEC. They have won two as Acuff knocks down another. Commodores, they're 2-0 in the final. They've never lost in the final. They'll try to go to 3-0 with the win here today, and they're up 6 right now. Make it 4, and it wound up taking maybe a harder shot. Acuff. For Duke Miles. Acuff.
I think that Tyler Tanner would make that most of the time. But that was an excellent contest.
Acuff again. Got another one. Give him 20
things. I mean, that carries a lot of weight in the eyes of Chris Beard. Acuff, did he have the first two? He does. A beautiful pass to the right side of that. There's hustle from Acuff. He's been ignited. And Beard played 3 minutes in the second half, but Ole Miss has 5 fouls. The race to the bonus, especially in tight games, so important. Acuff pulls up. There you go, and here comes maybe. In the hands of Acuff, player of the year in the SEC. And they count the basket. 2 options right now, 5 and 1 in white. Acuff pulls up. Yeah. Splash. He told the ball. Ten on the shot clock for Acuff. Drives to his right. Softly puts it up off the window. See if they go to that double team on Acuff like they did at the end of regulation. They won't. Acuff up and in. He went right through the Acuff
defenders in the league. Davis will have his hands full with the history-making Darius Acuff Jr. tonight. Mid-range jumper. What a start. Splashing the team. Brazil, the mismatch. Size on Pack. Out to Acuff. Assist to Brazil on the bench. Pack penetrates, has it knocked away. Here's Darius Acuff Jr. Big time block by Wagner, shakes his head. Here's Acuff. 2 on 3. Beats everybody.
That's where he percent of their opponent's points to come to the fast break. That's 12th in the country. And so you see how quickly their guards can get back.
Acuff for 3. He got a bit in the first 12 minutes tonight. Remember, he had 49 in a double overtime loss at Alabama, a game in which he was limited during practice that week. For 3, yes, sir.
You got Thomas who could wheel around or just pitch it right back to him, full head of steam.
Here's Acuff into the front foot with 3, 2, 3-pointer. Good! Darius Acuff Jr. closes the half. Just 300. Or more than that in a single section inside Bridgestone tonight. Baseline jumper, good.
All for their teammate.
Sooners can improve their resume with another quad 1 win tonight. When other bubble teams have fallen by the wayside, Sooners are making a statement. So is that man, Darius Acuff, has won 4 of 5. The only loss in that span to the Florida Gators. Here's Acuff for 3. Yes, sir, Darius Acuff.
Stop right here.
Every bubble team in the world wants Arkansas to hang on to this 2-point lead. It's Acuff, quick release. Oh my goodness! Acuff. Oh! They're all.
They realize that they're up 10 points. They're playing with the gate. The intensity's not the same right now. Not quite going as hard. You see Brazil with his hands on his shorts. They're trying to conserve energy a little bit because they don't have a lot of depth.
Acuff. That'll get him energized. He's closer than it is. They've also missed 6 free throws so far in the first half.
Yeah, they shoot about 75% from the free throw line, but he doesn't stop.
Stolen by Richmond. Baseball pass, Acuff. Lays it in. How about the English on that one?
And that was
another shot miss at point-blank range.
I love how the Razorbacks advanced the ball.
Acuff with a step and a basket. Right back, a little friendly fire. Hogs take advantage. Again!
Forget about his defense. And right now it looks like they finally make a chess move and go to a zone, regardless of how well Arkansas is shooting from the 3 right now.
Catch. And Ewan crashes. Grab a rebound. Acuff the other way.
Hoops it up, soft, but it won't go. Got it back and hits.
So really an odd situation for the referees to have to deal with.
Very early challenge. Usually you see coaches wanting to hold on to it till later, but obviously the Arkansas bench felt good about it, and it's coaching staff as well. Knocked away. Here comes Acuff. Shielding off Condon and lays it in.
When he really broke out.
Acuff scoops it up and in.
Boy, a terrific rebound by Billy Richmond.
Shinilu on Acuff in transition. Trying to stay in front of him, cannot do it.
Boy, how
the Gators have reached or exceeded 90 points in each of their last five games against ranked opponents. They're on their way to
a 9-0 run by the Aggies. Acuff going in strong and using the window. Defensive zone here for the Razorbacks. Darius Acuff Jr. has had a bad night shooting it, at least to this point. He hits this one from short range, though.
He does.
And now a big defensive stop for number 5.
He has great poise in the pick and roll, this kid with the ball.
Around the back, a little fake there. Yes! How pretty was that? Acuff has come alive offensively after what had been a miserable shooting night until the last few minutes. Shot clock to 8. Working on Isaacs. He'll step into the lane and lay it up and in.
Well, that was a straight. Be a killer on the court and a kind guy off the court. And he is that.
The SEC tournament can make you a national star. He gives it up here. Brazil back for Acuff way downtown. Yes! Arkansas by 11. Thomas out near the logo. Acuff heating up here down the stretch. 8 to get off a shot. On the dribble, little step back. 2 more. Arkansas in the second half is shooting 73%. The anti-St. John's.
Yeah, they had no doubt. Think about Arkansas looking ahead now to Saturday, going to Florida. There he is. There he is.
Phylon starts off on Acuff. Reitzel sets the screen. Acuff, and that is a good start. Yeah, couldn't, and here's a chance for Acuff, who looks up and sees Reitzel and blows right by him. Too strong. Acuff picks up another rebound.
Well, he has gotten involved on the glass, has he not, this kid?
And there is just no fear when he has the ball. Seven 3-point field goals that night. Malik Ewan 12 in red into the game. Acuff feeling it and finding it. Darius Acuff is no good. Wow. Look at Richmond go up and get it. Acuff. Yes, and credit Billy Richmond. Definite available players for Arkansas is a real thing. And both Phylon, he's got 2 on the other side. Acuff, boy, with Phylon. Acuff bounces it off Phylon. Here we go, 3-on-2. Wagner, Acuff. Splash. Boy, is he. It's a bulk shooter and a bulk maker. He's going to try again. And it goes.
Ravi, that's on Allen. You absolutely do not want to turn that ball over right now if you're Arkansas and ignite this building.
Brazil thought he had a layup. Acuff fade away, finds the bottom. Acuff
as well.
Yeah, 5 of 24 coming into the game from 3-point land. Acuff just slowing it down and knocking it down. 26 now. And that was Brazil who picked up the missed shot. And another opportunity, and that's 3 on 29 points. How can they get him going again?
He normally doesn't need a ball screen to get to the paint.
The pull-up, and he needed it. And that's exactly what is on fire in the second half. 13 of 16 from the floor. Acuff foul. Count it. And they will count it. Acuff by his man. Boy, Darius Acuff is back in half. Can Acuff answer? That's a goaltend. He does answer.
They're saying the same thing, I believe.
Acuff rises. Ties the game.
Because they've got to keep the possessions down, knowing, one, they don't have the depth, and Arkansas loves transition.
Tough to stop that guy. He gets for 4 from deep. Brazil with the ball fake.
Look at Michalek down low, holding his own against Pringle, boxing out.
Acuff, last couple of games with an injury. Meanwhile, Acuff squeezes on.
To send a message to your team about the standard of the program. You put a 20-point score in street clothes to send a message. There's not a lot of guys that will do that, whether they're first year or not.
Here's Acuff for 3, and one of an 8. Tape job from the athletic trainer, Matt Townsend, without leaving the floor. Townsend put a little band on his left forearm. Richmond's got a career high 16. Here's Acuff.
A 20-point per game scorer, Keyshawn Hall, who's out of this game for disciplinary reasons. It just makes it really tough for life on the road.
Acuff, 17 points, 4 assists. Give him 20.
Absolute gym rat. And that's proven in his output on the court.
Acuff scoop shot, and they'll count. Second game against Belmont, and they won 2 more games the entire rest of the season. Fouled on the 3. SEC freshman to make 7 threes and have 5 assists in the same game.
Defenders at 6'5" and 185 pounds. This duo was simply sensational.
Arkansas has made its last 5. Arkansas offensively, you take a look at the metrics, and again, at this time of the year, I tend to look at conference marks. There you see great backdoor action.
He's a little winded, trying to conserve some energy. Darius Acuff reads that as well. He settles it down here on the offensive end.
Around the screen, rise and fire, bucket. She has had an open 3 from the wing. Sutton splashes, and it's back to a 10-point game, but there's the answer. When it
and defend
the paint, because 30 points for Arkansas of the 42 came in the lane. Drive, spin. Thomas goes back up top. Here's Acuff. Late clock situation. Acuff just made process. The moment I watched him in person play, said I knew that's the guy I want.
Yeah. And his dad, I had a chance to meet Darius earlier tonight. He said.
And now a steal by Thomas. Ahead to Acuff. Look out. Lay-in. Take advantage of the turnover. 3 no. Tapped around and look out. Here comes Acuff. Full throttle on the attack. Got it. I mean, how do you...
Played UConn to a 3-possession game, beat Louisville, who pounded NC State last night. My goodness.
Talk about a coach who's done a fine job in a short amount of time at that program.
Quality depth. Carter Knox, DJ Wagner, both were on that run last year to the NCAA tournament.
Backdoor cut, and there's the finish. Silky smooth.
Came out defensively and established. Man, Billy Richmond with the rebound, and then when they get out in transition, this guy is so good.
Goodness gracious. That's
just play. He did a really good job right there meeting that pass on the bounce. Started the game 3 for 3. Had his pocket pick there. Up ahead, Acuff takes it to the cup and lays it in. His work on it. Numbers for Arkansas with Hubbard down behind the play. Acuff switching hands. Counted in the foul. As Fleming lost the handle.
Acuff in a flash, banks it in.
And you see the missed shots.
Nearly scooped up it was. Thomas with 4. Acuff with 2. Buries a 3 before the horn. 16-point Mississippi State deficit ties the largest of the game. Acuff extends the lead. Been Sweet 16 or better contenders.
Well, he's done a great job and a tough job to replace a legend in Coach K. His team's playing top-level ball right now.
Acuff frees himself and knocks down a 3. Another 20-point performance. Always interesting to be the head coach returning to your former school, regardless of how you exited.
Arkansas just taking their time, draining some clock. This is where you can challenge yourself if you're Mississippi State.
Acuff unchallenged.
Court. Darius Acuff Jr. knocks down the pull-up. Johnson's pull-up 3 not there. Arkansas ball, quick outlet. Now Acuff has it, hangs and finishes. His first points of the day. Lead is 9. It was 13 at one point in the first half for Kentucky. Arkansas is not led yet as Acuff trying to get going in transition, but Kentucky was back defensively.
Well, remember, to your point, they only had 2 fast break points in the first half. That's going to count.
Yep. So 2 buckets.
I don't want to mess with the great Tyson family here, but they're all standing and we can't watch anything. Come on. Coach Knight used to say, sit down.
Acuff for 3. Ewan. Arkansas ball up 2, 12.5 remaining. Trying to stay a game back of Texas A&M for the top spot in the SEC. Arkansas's won 17 in a row at home.
Nice.
Acuff attacks and scores again. Acuff on the switch, has the big on him. Let's see if he drives. Acuff does and gets the layup. Boy, that was textbook. Acuff attacking, gets to the rim. The layup is good. It's a 6-point.
And Arkansas has a chance for a run out. Second in the country in fast break points. Acuff out the window.
That's where you're absolutely about some of the conversations Coach Calipari's had with him about body language and mood. He said, look, it hasn't been horrible body language. Just I got to keep talking to my team as things control tempo.
Brazil shares it. The right wing 3 from Acuff. And corner Acuff with the floater.
I thought that heroic shot at LSU was a good moment. I wasn't sure it was going to carry over into a winning streak, but what a job he has done keeping them connected despite the injuries.
What a move by Acuff. He gave the play.
Right or left. And see if he can do one of the toughest tasks. He's had to guard Phylon a couple weeks ago. Now he's been trying to get Acuff.
Acuff just blows. Second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Acuff going to work on Reed. All the way in and got it! And the freshman puts Sarkin.
Score, not have to dribble and go to the basket.
And he sets the table. I hope those bigs are buying him lunch or dinner because he takes care of them when he's in there.
Acuff Jr. will pull and hit.
Couldn't finish the plays. So far today, he's finishing the plays.
Yeah, he was moving well, just didn't hit a few of those floaters. It was a tough task going up against the Gators, who are playing good basketball. Acuff for a long 2. 5 quick.
Keep that defense in front of Arkansas. You keep them from getting any kind of momentum going into the half.
Acuff found an open avenue to the basket. LSU team, and you could see Coach McMahon, he wanted to get bigger, wanted to get a little bit stronger. Acuff Jr. left open from the elbow. That's an easy.
Look at the attention.
There's the handle. There's the finish from Acuff Jr. That's in the paint. Not there. Hogs will run. Acuff on the drive with the scoop. And he gets the roll.
Man drive right there.
Acuff Jr. got Reese on his back. Couldn't bother the Toronto. Acuff Jr. off the screen with the curl. Knocks down the triple. Shot clock's at 5. The jump stop, Acuff got him again. He got the block behind the back from one end to the other. Razorbacks with 3 fouls apiece, but with 8 to go, that's not as much of an issue. Acuff Jr. probing. Pulls up over McKinnon, hits again, 22. 13 lead changes as well. What a game today here in Northwest Arkansas.
Little mix up here defensively, a little zone, showing a zone. See how Arkansas can attack it, trying to confuse him, slow him down, getting the shot clock down.
Well, Nick Thomas has been a little bit quiet. I know he's been tightly defended. He's itching to get some shots off. Acuff Jr. has done a bulk of the scoring, and it continues. Now Joe, is there any reason not to keep feeding Acuff? I shouldn't even ask the question, and he's answering it.
Slow them down.
Arkansas being pushed a little further away from the basket. Acuff Jr. shooting for 30! Backwards, the ball still in play. Oh, pretty play, Acuff. Wow. Richmond will try to run. Acuff 3. Got it! 18 to 4. 12, 14 points, but you get punished for anything lazy in this league. Yep, Acuff corner 3. Harris denied by Ewan. That's just being stubborn. Acuff, bam! They've been strong with their threes off back iron. Another one that goes astray. Acuff, floater, count it. Offside defense by Arkansas, so alert. And Acuff is just floating in for the SEC. And check that box, yes. They are a problem to play against. For people at home, explain it. What is buckyball? How would you define it? It's nonstop press from Texas A&M.
For Georgia as Kane holds his jaw. And this is where your prime freshman point guard's got to take control of the tempo of this game. His team is rattled right now.
Acuff fires a 3 in. With a hand in his face, and it's a 14-point, It's a 17-point Georgia lead, and then a finish on the other end. And it ends up with Malik Thomas real holding those ribs. Acuff blows right by him. And Malik Ewan. Acuff has gotten the scoring going. Not quite the assist yet, but it kisses high off the glass. With the rejection! Here's Acuff the other way. Arkansas has life. Rims out. Georgia doesn't look like the same team when they try to run clock.
No, and they're staying away from ball screens because they don't want to deal with the trap.
Floater off the window and good. Here's Acuff. Now Wagner. Acuff for 3 in the tie. Got it! This is
in Columbia after a couple of trips to Ohio State. Acuff, rise and fire, nothing but the bottom of the net. Put around the block. Mongolian Mike dropped it off. Now numbers for Arkansas. Acuff on the receiver. Acuff, second effort, yes. Strong, rejected. Top floor Richmond. And now nobody back as Acuff thunders it home. Tim Newbold.
It's been a while. It's been a long time.
You strike me as a good solid 150 guy. Drive.
I'm glad you said that.
And for Carolina.
And they've needed his leadership and will continue to need that leadership as the conference play rolls on.
Michi working on his master's degree in coaching. Inside, a fade and fire for Acuff. I mean, some of these are the most talented teams, Sonny.
Yeah, I don't think there's a doubt when you watch him in person. And
where Auburn is looking for its first conference win of the season, and Arkansas is trying to stay undefeated in SEC play. Auburn showing zone for the first time, and Darius Acuff Jr. gives it up. He's almost as good an assist man as he is a scorer, and a quick release on the 3, and the freshman.
Well, Auburn's got to do a lot of switching, so can you get a screen to a matchup you like? He likes the one he has on him now.
And he splashes it down. Down by Richmond. Numbers the other way for the Razorbacks. Brazil back to Acuff. Mid-range. Got it. Here's Darius Acuff Jr. Off night for him, and the rest of this Razorback offense shooting just 39% as a team.
Keep an eye on number 1, too. I mean, this guy can get it going quick.
As Acuff into the season, the losingest Division I program in college football history. Acuff off the glass. He's got
interior defense of Arkansas.
So the Rebels have hit back-to-back. What is critical early in this game for Ole Miss against a ranked foe?
Again, taking care of the basketball, setting their tone with their defense. They've been really good defense, Kevin. I mean, the storylines on both of those matchups are really good with the teams that are still playing right now.
Think about who's still alive in this thing. Think about the brands, the teams. I mean, regardless of how it shakes out, we are going to have a very unique national championship matchup against the 15th-ranked Hogs coming off of their win against Tennessee. Acuff looking to take over. Late shot clock. Acuff, that is a... Arkansas running its stuff. Just 1 out of 5 from the floor in this second half. Boy, 8-20.
That's a monster rebound by Brazil right there. Again, second chance opportunities. You got to try to keep these guys off the glass.
That's wingspan right there. Acuff finishes to the free throw line, though. That's a tough pair to miss. Acuff wide open, steps into it, buries a three.
Jeff was on an island by himself. He's got to sit down and try to square him up and stay in front.
The rookie checks the clock, a crossover. Acuff, it has been takeover mode.
Tough, and he hammers that ball inside on the offensive end. So what does Calipari do out of a timeout to try to get this offense on track? They're 0 for their first 5. He figured Acuff would be a figure in that, and he is. He is. Tennessee may be peaking at the right time pre-conference play. They won by 21, 42, and 51 their last 3 games. And Acuff's got 4. Wagner has been shooting much better lately. Acuff's got the open one. He's got all 7. Acuff. Shot winds down. He knocks it down. Rebounding team in all of college ball. Remember, offensive rebounds first half as Acuff goes to the rack, and he will have a chance for 3. These are big shoes to fill. Zakai Ziegler and what he meant to this program, and Gillespie has done admirably well with that. That's pretty. Acuff lays it up. Carey, that's a tough pass for Akpara to hold on to. They got a 2-on-1. And Acuff, a nice play to use that rim to help. Good as a true freshman. Making plays. It's about players, not plays right now, Ravi. See how the motor runs for the kid from Detroit with 4. He launches and bangs it in. Wow. To my point. That second violation, the turnover led to that. Acuff wants it 1-on-1. Launches. Money! It feels like a month. Yeah. Arkansas trying to find a little flow or rhythm. There's Darius.
Douglas, a guy, like you said, who's transferred, been around the block. They're not scared coming in here.
All right, that thing did a dance before it dropped.
See if I can get him going.
That was some crazy spin. Acuff Jr. with another chance to add to these 46 points. Acuff downhill, off the glass and in. Acuff Jr. Quick catch, and couldn't get there. He's trying to get his 5th 20-point game or better. Isaiah Seeley. Coach Cal wanted a foul. Manny told him to swallow the whistles. Acuff will drive, scoop, and score.
On this Houston attack, of course, as we noted, he is a true freshman point guard, much like Darius Acuff Jr. And, both these teams, I'll tell you what, take out the smelling salts if we see any zone in this game, Rich, because I will be fainting. That's Acuff. That looked really easy. Acuff answers the push. Richmond's. Acuff follows. 9-0. Arkansas is really good in transition, but they're going to have to score in a half court. Acuff taking over. Give him credit, though. He keeps his timeout, and he gets another challenge. Give his staff credit, too. Yeah. They've got to get to the tablet. Or even the kid. The kid probably said it, too. And Acuff, boy, that thing pulled that one out. Ball's in Acuff's hands. Final 7 seconds, first half. Acuff, go time to the bucket, scores! You don't expect Houston to run a lot, but you got to get back and you got to be ready.
So the lead's back to 10. Acuff brilliant in that first half. Corner three, got it. And Sharp misses a three. And the zone obviously helps you with your foul trouble too. Acuff. Out. You know what the best? He has been. Steal. Acuff.
Acuff on the pull-up. Brazil clears it. Acuff. Yeah. Another rebound down to Knox. Quickly into the front court. Acuff wants it. And he knocks it into nothing. Arkansas spurt.
You know, Kevin, the stop or run, the way those guys just did that, you got to be able to get a score, stop, score. But Acuff still.
Darius Acuff thought to turn the corner. Instead, to his classmate Thomas. He gets it back. Acuff swishes.
I mean, that, only Cal can pull that off. You know, not a lot of guys can pull that off, but Cal can.
Arkansas on the run. Moment had left his fingertips. Oh, Thomas took it away. Acuff. All right, now it's 6. You know, that's a player, too, that is secure, comfortable with himself. He can also score it a little bit as well. An example of playing at that high level on a consistent game-in, game-out basis.
We call them everyday guys.
Yeah.
You know, guys that want to play at the next level and you want to be a pro, you got to do it every day. You got to do it every day in practice. You got to do it every day in games.
On Sunday, he had 27 points, 5 rebounds, 10 assists. He made 5 threes, and Grant McCaslin gushed about his composure and how Anderson seemingly always makes the right play. Can Acuff get going? That is important.
You want to put him on the opposite side of a double situation. You move that thing around the perimeter, he's going to get open.
Acuff straight on with an answer.
When they need one.
Left side of your screen, 11 in white. Carter Knox was huge for the Razorbacks as well. He had a dozen. He knocked out a couple of threes. A guy who had said last weekend, this game today is about revenge after Texas Tech came back from 16 down in the Sweet 16 last year. And Knox turned the corner, got to the mid-range. Back iron, Brazil went soaring. Knox clutches. He moves it for Acuff to stick a three. Darius Acuff with the strip. Gave it up. Acuff the drive and the bucket and the lead.
So they're 1 of 6 from the free throw line right now.
And Arkansas 11 of 19 at the stripe. Acuff pulls up in the mid-range for 2.
Darius. Game feels big, doesn't it?
It's been high level.
It feels like a big game.
The entire way on the drive. Acuff responds.
Now the shot clock goes off. Acuff running. He's free. And he'll score for deflected to Wagner. Numbers aren't there for Arkansas, but Acuff will push anyhow. And that one will finally rattle and drop. Missed 3. Acuff the pull. Brazil's ready for the lob. If Acuff can find him, Darius will take it instead from this all game long, and that's an easy takeaway. Acuff ahead of the pack. He'll cut, he'll flush. And he'll kick out for Wagner. How about the ball movement here? Extra pass, Acuff. What is Arkansas will push.
And again, Brazil earlier just went right to work when he caught the ball. Manning holds it.
Glad to have an open look at the rim. Arkansas plus 18 in this second half. Acuff has had a big game. Will it continue? Yes, it will.
Acuff, a floater. Got it! Yeah. He will. Flamethrower from 3. Lead stays 15. Brazil has not come back to the Arkansas bench. Acuff got bumped through it up. Wow. And that's a difficult pass. Yeah. And how about Acuff to run? I talked about 2 possessions ago. I think he's got the advantage right now. Pat Kelsey does. Not bringing that second defender up on Brown. Acuff's turn. He lays it up into the rim. He's now got 20. They can't keep matching baskets. Louisville needs a stop. Yeah, they need back-to-back stops and back-to-back makes. Acuff again. He got hit, and he will throw it down. And how about the spin move by Acuff? As Brown was trying to force him to his left. Cal's going to trust Acuff to dribble this game out. There's no need to pass the ball. Left hand, what a game for Acuff.
Offensive rebound for Brazil. Acuff got him. Nice left by Thomas, though.
21 assists to 5 turnovers.
You think John could get a better source, though, to rely on? Arkansas now on a 10-point hole. Acuff goes to the bank. Take it over. Finish. Duke opened up 1 of 9 from the field. They've gone 11 of their last 17. That jump. And he passed that up. Acuff hits the 3. They jump out of bounds. So effective. Acuff, the handles. Soft touch. 47-42. Duke. Acuff lines it up. It's a triple. And present themselves to help them out. Arkansas up by 1. Acuff, calming influence. Flips it up, right in. Oh, no. Intercepted by Acuff. Arkansas pushing up the floor. Acuff is a blur, and he jams it.
Champion in the state of Mississippi in the high school ranks. Acuff. Open on a 3. That looked true between Malik and Darius to get to 200 on the year. A behind-the-back pass. Acuff the catch. Us last night in the Muss Bus. A triple overtime 3 at the buzzer. There's a make from Acuff. Freshman of the year. Acuff comes from one end all the way to the rim and scores. He got ahead of those. Got some experience to his game. Thomas will enter a pass for Pringle. Right back to Thomas. There's the screen from Pringle. Acuff, an open look, and Darius will spin in a 3.
Now I'm just here in college, and like I can.
How about the ball movement there? The Arkansas, the perimeter has been denying. Acuff downhill to the rim. He'll score.
Thomas into the corner. Acuff Jr. knocks it in. Good. Up ahead, Acuff Jr. Reverse layup, nice find.
Malik Thomas there.
Acuff Jr. attacks. And the foul.
Easy looks to get going.
Acuff, little floater.
The athleticism for Arkansas is just causing lots of trouble for Booth.
Acuff, pure.
A little bit of an answer. That's just too.
Acuff, a little runner. Detroit, back home wearing an Arkansas uniform tonight.
A nice show by Kohler on the ball screen.
Acuff again, and this one. And John Calipari told him, taken away here. Acuff lays it in. Maybe that'll set. Here is Acuff. Pulls from 17. Maybe that'll get him.
Incredible. Some great names, as we know, and alluded to.
His coach, 40 first-round picks, likely to have a couple more. This is one of them. There he is.
Good look.
Yeah, they brought him in to be a three-point shooter. Splitting the defense.
This morning, and now the debut of one Malik Thomas, another five-star backcourt mate of Darius Acuff Jr.
A highly touted freshman who's been tremendous in the 2 exhibition games. And there you see.
Goes Shody off the mark. Acuff in transition, was in the air for about 5.
Dixon has had a promising offseason here with Southern, transferring over from Lamar. There's a lot of ability as a rim finishing big. Will be huge for the Jaguars.
Under 8 to play in the half. Acuff Jr. falling away by Pringle. Thomas claims it. Skip pass. Acuff.
I hope so. It's a scorer shot. A lot with the game is way to play now. You want layups and you want open threes from the team play. As you see,
Thomas again to Acuff Jr. That's a 3. There is Acuff Jr. without hesitation. Able to get the rejection. Thomas.
The way I would have done it. Now, I definitely would have dunked me a few of them, but you definitely got to show the fundamentals.
First